when you think of like, I know there was a lot of hustling and stuff when you grew up. What was it like the hustle? Like, when people say I had to hustle a lot when I was young, like, what does that mean exactly?
Hustle?
Yeah, I know what it means. Like, you have to grind, you got to stay busy, you got to figure things out.
You got to be locked in and you got to be focused.
Yeah.
Whatever your hustle is, you got to give it 110%. Because being from Louisiana ain't really nothing to do but die or go to jail.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you focus on, you got to be locked in. Like Juvenile say, we snatched all the holes and bowls and re-tennis. We didn't give a fuck if we balled for 3 minutes. I might have said it backwards.
That's how, look, man. We can edit it into the correct format. What was some of your hustles as a youngster? What kind of hustling did you have to do personally?
I started off washing cars.
Yeah. What, just like in the yard, you put up a sign, or you get like a?
I started off working at they got a car wash on Corset, and that was my first job, washing cars.
What they had an inside and outside?
Yeah, inside and outside. Damn. I started on a vacuum.
Yeah.
And then I started being like, once it come through the washer, you dry it off. And that's how I learned how to get the fender wells and the door jambs last.
Oh, yeah, why?
Because that's where all the dirt at. So if you drying the car off, you got to dry the body of the car first. Then you go back and get the door jambs and the fender wells last. That's where all the dirt at.
Because otherwise, you're gonna get the rag dirty and put it everywhere.
You're gonna put dirt on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even when you wipe the rims, you hold a towel and wipe the rims. You spray the tire off, but you hold a towel and wipe the rims on the inside, clean them real good.
Yeah.
And the best thing to clean the wipe windows with is newspaper.
Oh yeah.
No streaks.
Yeah, why was that, I wonder?
I don't know. I know it don't leave no streaks, make it look good.
Yeah, that was nice. Dude, yeah, when I was growing up, washing your car was one of the best things you could do.
Of course.
Cause you leave there, that thing felt beautiful, boy.
That was your office.
Yeah.
That was your office. That was your escape. Ain't nothing like a little late night ride.
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Dude,
I remember exactly if I lit a cigarette at this one point right when I take off out of work, it would get me all the way home. I'd pull up right into the driveway when that cigarette was done. It was like this perfect kind of seance that I had in my life. I love that.
That was your first car?
My first car was an 84 Ford Escort. That bitch was chill, but
My first car was a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah, really? What year was it?
I don't know, the old one. The old one.
Pull one up. Just pull up
the tan one.
Pull up a 1990. Let's see what they got. Let's see if we close on it. That Nissan.
I was a little newer than that.
Nuh-uh, yeah, that's a little too old. Pull up a
2001. That's it right there.
Oh yeah, that bitch tasted, boy. Yeah. And so your first hustle was car washing. And then did you get into stuff in the streets? Did you get into stuff that was kind of illegal type of stuff or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not nothing major, but a little bit. I did a little something.
Yeah. Does it feel like if you grow up in certain areas that you have to do that?
You gonna want to. Them the only people getting money.
Right.
That's who the girls like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the girls like somebody got a little bit of cash.
Like I remember telling Gilly and Wallow, I was like, man, when I was young, I remember all I wanted was a car, some money, a girlfriend, and a gun.
Yeah.
Because that's all you see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to pull out a bankroll. That was just,
Just to show it off.
Then they start calling it racks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got racks. It went from stacks to racks.
Yeah, I think do you think like over the years you hear like things have changed, like the hood, the block, the trenches, the mud, there's always kind of this evolution of the name, I feel like.
Man, I call it the section.
Yeah.
They from the section. They from our section.
Yeah.
Or they from out the section.
Yeah.
Like if you from my section or you from my area where I'm at the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, he from out the section.
Right.
Or I'm going to ask him, or say I'm just coming home from jail and I see new faces. I'm like, who that is? They from out the section? Yeah, that's such and such people. Or that's such and such people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like do you have to live in fear like in the section? Do you feel like in a black area, do you have to live in fear, did it feel like?
No, because it's anything that you do every day is gonna feel regular to you. You know, anything that is new to you, say if it's new. If it's new,
okay,
you're gonna be a little apprehensive. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to sit back, scope it out, and then you fall in. You in the mix now. But if you grew up in them type of environments, it ain't gonna feel like somewhat dangerous. It's gonna feel like home.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever go on, it just went on.
Right, you don't know any different.
But from the outside looking in, it's like, oh God, it's so horrible there. Da-da-da-da-da. But when you in it, it's like, man, that's my people. This my auntie. This my cousin. This, you know.
This is the culture.
Yeah, it's like.
Right, a fish don't know it's in water, really.
It's family. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, because you always hear over the years, you hear like, we got to change these areas, right? You hear like, you'll have people, we got to make things safer. We got to change these areas. Do you think that the people actually in those communities, do you think they really want those communities to change, or that is...
If given the opportunity...
Does the question make any sense to you or no?
It make a lot.
Okay.
If given the opportunity, anybody would do better.
Right.
People do. A man, this is a wise quote. A man is what he know, not what he's told. And I'll say it in like vernacular. Okay. A man is what he knows and not what he's told. You are what you know, not what you told. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. So I could sit around and somebody could tell me, man, you know what, you should change and you should do this, and there's so many other opportunities. But if I've never been exposed to these opportunities, all I know is what I know.
Right.
And that's what recidivism, that's people that repeat offenders, habitual offenders, because it's recidivism because they don't know anything but what they know. And I was like that. I was locked in, focused on one thing till I started experiencing other things. I broadened my horizon. I opened my mind.
Yeah. Oh, I've watched a lot of interviews with you, man, and a lot of it's been really fascinating, man. I feel really thankful that you're here today.
I just took
an Ambien?